The show is The Big Show. Name is Nana Crazy Joe Asari. Currently, we have on the line comedian and as well as comedian and radio personality Obi Amponsah. Big man, good afternoon. Charlie Boss, how you doing?
Boss, I do everything cool your side.
Charlie, amazing hearing your voice.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, many happy returns, bro. Many happy returns. Now, how was your Christmas? Because I realized from one show to another, your page was just busy with different activities.
Charlie, Christmas is like comedians Akuffo season, so
yeah,
we try our best to make milk as much as we can. So yeah, it was a busy Christmas for me by the grace of God and by the good hearts of Ghanaians who patronize my work.
Wow. Now, in the past, we've had certain comedians or entertainers complain about the way they are received at shows and the reception from organizers. For you, how was it? Was the arrangements, everything on points?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I love the attention that the corporate world is giving Ghanaian stand-up comedy now. Like, it's beautiful to see. Like, when you go, I mean, I remember I did the EcoBank end of year, dinner this year. In 2023.
Yeah.
And when I got there, like the treatment was different. Like took me and my people to a different place to say, do you need food? Do you need drink? Because I don't drink. Like they were bringing alcohol, and I was like, oh, that's nice. It was a good treatment. It was nice.
Wow. Now, before we dive even further to this year, last year in general, I think earlier on you did mention. You asked for support from the public as well as some embassies and other things. In general, your year for 2023 under review, if you were to give certain recaps, what would you say? How was it for you?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Like I mean, there were some lows there. There were some lows, but I chose to focus on the highs. Like last year we were able to. I mean, I in particular was able to travel to the United Kingdom to do comedy.
Yeah.
By the help of Ghana, that was Pan-African Art Society helped me with that, and even the Ghana Tourism Authority. Yeah, by the Ministry of Tourism helped us get to the United States as well. The first time we tried on our own, we got bounced. So in 2023. When we tried again, it was successful, and I mean, it was an amazing experience for us when we went. So, in summary, our 2023 was a good one for Ghana comedy. Yeah, in spite of the lows, it was a good one.
Yeah. Now, talking about the lows and highs, I realized that I could say you've been carrying the whole industry some way, somehow on your back, organizing shows, speaking up. How has it been, and how has your mates also supported you to make sure that the dream of, I think in one interview you did mention that the plan was to make sure that the comedians are well received, and secondly, in terms of payments and other things, goes on well. How was the collaboration from your other comedians?
Yeah, my comedian friends have been amazing. In fact, most of them organized shows this year. Ojo did a show.
Yeah.
Last year. I keep saying this year. Ojo did a show. Dwomoh did a show, and they all put me on. And the support was great. I feel like I seem to be like the poster child for stand-up comedy now, and so because you see, Ghanaian audience are almost the same for the different shows.
Yeah.
Them putting me on all of these shows made me work harder to write like new jokes to any of these new shows that I'll be performing at. So, yeah, working together with them made me work harder, and for them also, like, because they wanted to prove that they were also good and funny comedians. Because, like, if I came to perform and then I raised the bar, and it was your show. You needed to come, like, live up to the expectations of your patrons as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been hard work throughout, and we are hoping for the best this year, actually.
Oh, okay. Now, still on the lows and highs, what was apart from the visa acquisition that the government helped? Looking at the structures in our industry, as well as I think at one point in time you did mention about our auditoriums and stages and theaters that we needed. What are some of the things that you feel like, okay, whilst we are doing this, if we should get this in addition, it would really elevate the game for us as comedians?
Yeah, that's a very good question. It's just like you said, the auditoriums are very important. In fact, trying to for my current show that I'm about to do on Sunday, trying to even get a venue was difficult. And usually when we organize these shows without sponsors, it's tough because like the monies that, and I'm going to be honest, the money I made in December is what I'm putting back into myself and investing in myself for this show I'm about to do. So the challenge is it all comes down to finances. The challenge always comes down to finances. It seems like nobody is ready to put their money in the art. I'll generalize because it cuts across all the events. You see that there's been quite a low turn up in some of these events because people are not investing, and then publicity goes low. Some of the shows people don't even hear about it. So yeah, financing has been a major issue that we hope not only the government, individuals who enjoy our work. We meet people in town who say, "Yo, Charlie, you guys are doing really well." Yeah, Charlie, we are doing really well, but we need that push, especially when you see what the musicians are fighting for to have 70% music played, Ghana music 80%, 100%. We have done it in the comedy sector. We have worked so hard. We have dug out, like, foreigners don't get that much appeal like they used to because Ghanaian comedians have upped our game. Like I always say, it is left for us to take this comedy around the world. Starting from Ghana, we have 16 regions in Ghana, but the comedy we do cuts only down to about 4 of the regions. We do Kumasi, we do Accra, we do sometimes Takwa and Sunyani. But there are a lot of other people who are waiting to be pleased by our comedy. But we cannot go there as well because we only have enough to hold ourselves. So yeah, what we are lacking right now is investment. The diaspora people are showing they are showing up. They want us to come around and perform, and so that's a step in the right direction. It all comes back to us having the right monies to push us.
Wow. Now, it's interesting you mentioned that you've done what the Ghanaian musicians are trying to get done with the 70% play for Ghana. What was the trick for you? Or how are you to make it happen? Because in the past, it was Nigerian comedians in every show, with every show, but you were able to make it happen, and now you have a sold-out show with a Ghanaian comedian. What was the trick for you?
Is the hard work. You remember there was a narrative about Ghanaian comedians that Ghanaian comedians are not funny. You remember it was all over.
Yeah,
and then we came and we were like, nah, we cannot. So we stopped even saying it in interviews. You understand? That was the first decision. We said no. If we are going to make Ghanaians accept us, we need to change that narrative. And you can only change that narrative by hard work. And so what we did was we set up a comedy club that we would go every Thursday evening to rehearse. We write jokes throughout the week. You go on Thursday, you try the jokes on the few audience who turn up. And we've been doing that for the past 2 years. And it is showing, it is telling, it is the new upcoming comedians who are coming, even the young ones are doing their comedy special. So what changed for us was putting in the work. And once we started that, we realized the ripple effect. Nigerians started calling us to come to Nigeria for shows. South Africans were inviting us for shows. And so I believe that when you put in the work and dedicate to working very hard, narratives change, and that's what happened for us. And one other thing was how united we became. So if Jacinta is doing a show, I'm not going to charge Jacinta the same charge I would charge Charter House. because Jacinta is a young comedian like me who is also trying to build a brand.
Mm.
You understand? So
Yeah.
when we go to support each other, and she would pull out for mine, I would pull out for hers, and that is one thing that also fostered our growth. Yeah.
Wow. Now, your content, or let's say your material in terms of you performing on stage, most of the time. First of all, where do you get your inspiration from? Before I move on to the next question, where do you get your
inspiration, daily life activities, like daily occurrences.
Yeah.
At times, I try my best to talk about everything. Anything I see, I try to talk about it.
Now, because sometimes the punchlines with regards to who you are dealing with, whether it be Celia Dapa or whether it being the president or whether being a former president, I feel like sometimes do you really, how do you feel? Do you feel nervous dropping some punchlines? Like, Charlie, this one is, I know it's funny, but it's heavy.
Yeah. So I like being edgy comedy. I like being comedy that it's funny, but a little bit uncomfortable to the person. But in the end, I'm addressing issues. So this is what I do in my comedy.
Yeah,
I try my best to bring to light what is happening.
Yeah,
in a humorous way.
Wow,
you understand? So just like political parties are allowed to talk about issues.
Yeah,
when they arise. We comedians are also allowed to talk about it because it's our job as well. And I find the job of comedians peculiar in this current economy because we are kind of like jesters in the king's court.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day, there were people who would be pleasing the kings. Like, they were funny people.
Yeah,
they were called jesters. And their job was to bring to the attention of the king things that he was doing that were not really right. But they couldn't just say directly, they'll put it in a humorous way. And they were the only people allowed to talk like that to the king. You understand?
Wow.
And while the people are laughing, while the king is laughing, his attention is also drawn to the fact that he's not really behaving well.
Wow.
So that's our duty as comedians.
Wow.
And I feel like the onus lies on me to lead the part in that. Yeah, sometimes it's a bit like you are saying, like it's like borderline funny, but in the end, the people understand that it's just jokes. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Now, have you been approached by anybody because of your joke, like Charlie? I know it's comedy, but if you should like this person, this is the president, this is this guy. Have you ever had that encounter with people before?
A lot of times, bro. A lot of times. So for me, when I'm for a show, they set the they set the boundaries for like, okay, so please don't do this kind of joke. Please don't. Please don't do this kind of jokes. Okay, this one. Yeah. So I remember I did December to Remember for City FM, and then I did a joke that landed me in total trouble. That was in 2016. I did like NDC people came at me hard.
Wow.
Yeah. And
wait, was it a Mahama joke?
Yeah, that one, bro. That one. Even that joke, yeah. I knew how sensitive it could be. So even at the end of the joke, I issued a disclaimer that, guys, this is just a joke. Don't take it seriously. But then, I mean, everybody has their interpretation for a joke. So it was trouble. It was trouble. But I mean, look at us now. I'm going to talk about Akuffo now. So
now, moving on to the main event happening tomorrow itself. Surviving Akuffo. How did you survive last year?
No, let me ask you first. How did you survive?
By grace, oh my brother, by grace.
So I survived doing comedy. And my job as an optometrist as well.
Wow.
And hustling. I hustled through 2023. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And it's not just been 2023. It's been the years before and all. So this is like a culmination of what we all went through, and we're going to laugh about it. That's just it.
Wow. Now, talking about surviving as an optometrist, when people come to you, and they realize you like how's the relationship like before I move on to when people walk into the room and say consultant room and they say, oh Charlie, your doctor is ready for you, and he walks in and sees Obi Amponsah in the consultancy room. How's the relationship like?
So I'm grateful for nose mask, like the face mask and all that. When usually before they notice, so when they come and I'm in the nose mask, it's just my eyes and maybe some parts of my face, and so they don't really the recognition happens, but they're like, okay, be a nipadi,
wow.
And then we just carry on. But some people would actually mention your name when they enter the clinic. I had a patient once pull out her phone, watch my video, and watch my face to confirm that it was me. So in the consulting room, it's quite funny. But I mean, eye care is serious business.
Wow.
So we don't play in the consulting room. So when you come and you have an eye problem, that is what we attend to first. And then if we have to do some chit chat, we do that. But mainly it's about taking care of your eye.
Wow. Now, tomorrow, location Jamestown.
Yeah, Jamestown Coffee Roasters at Osu.
Somebody asked why Jamestown. And talking about Osu, I saw the punchline on your page talking about the Boga Fonoko. Now the the police. The police are back to strip searching.
Strip searching as locals. It's not fair. It's not fair at all.
Now, why Jamestown? Is there any particular reason? Is there any story behind your location? Because normally I realize everything you do, you normally have a connection with it.
Yeah. So this time I wanted to do a show that had some intimacy. Yeah. I wanted to do a small crowd in an auditorium that like everybody sees me. I see everybody there.
Wow.
Necessarily. So that is what I opted to do, and then produce it properly, and then put it out for people to watch. So Jamestown Coffee Roasters, I once went for a Walati show there, and I really enjoyed the vibe around the place. It's really a cool place for that kind of comedy I wanted to do. And I actually wanted a date in December, which I did not get. And so I had to push it to Constitution Day, that is tomorrow. And June 7th. So that's what motivated me to choose the venue.
Wow. Now talking about live productions, in Ghana normally you see like the bar is Netflix. That's what maybe from my point I think. How is it? I know definitely you are aiming higher and you're working towards it, but how has the discussion been? Is it our material that is not up to what they want? Is it the quality of video production that we produce? What is it with us and Netflix getting our because some of the things that I watch from you is very, very funny. Like as compared to some Netflix specials, I'm like, Obi have more bars and more punchlines than this. But so what is it? What is the gap?
I think it's about interest. When it comes to Netflix, it's about interest. So Netflix in Africa are focused on South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria. Ghana, I'm on fire. So if you are Ghanaian, you have to associate with some of these, and Netflix doesn't do with individuals. So you'd have to get an agency to facilitate your approval. Yeah. So it's the hard work we are working, but the attention is not here. Interest is not here as well. So that is the issue. If I was doing this in Nigeria or South Africa or Kenya, I would have the right audience. In fact, Netflix would like to produce it themselves. So what we are doing now is contacting some of these agencies and then seeing if they can put some of our material out there, because we believe we have come of age and we deserve some of these spots.
So Obi, before you go this year, what should you expect? What is the plan? What is this? I know for you there are a lot of things, but what should you expect from your personal life first before we come to the comedian bit? What should you expect? Is there going to be a wedding very, very soon? Is there going to be? What do we expect this year from your end?
When you say the wedding question, I don't hear it properly. Hello. I don't hear you. Oh, okay, comedy plans. Okay, so So this year we will do more of Africa
Yeah.
and more of the diaspora, Ghanaians in the diaspora as well.
Yeah.
We plan on doing a few comedy clubs if we get the chance,
Mm.
because we realize that is where the bread is. That is where butter is.
Mm.
The United States, their comedy clubs are amazing.
Wow.
South African comedy clubs are amazing. They have one every day.
Wow.
Every day you could perform throughout the week, and so it gives you a chance to hone your skill and then work and then be better. So this year we actually plan on doing a lot of countries in Africa. We also plan on doing, myself and Lekzy, we want to do shows together.
Wow.
So we plan on working together in that regard.
Wow.
So there's a lot coming up. We just pray for long life and strength, and then the enough talent to pursue all these dreams. So.
Wow. Well, lastly, before you go, I know this is outside Ghana's domain, but Captain Williams' interview, I saw your post.
No be easy. No be easy, bro. The guy
how do you describe it? What's your take on what it like going after other comedians and?
Captain Williams is the truth, bro. He's the truth. Like, some of the things he said were not true.
Yeah.
Like Cedric the Entertainer has a Netflix comedy special.
Wow.
He said he did it. He has one, and it's one of the best actually.
Oh.
But I mean, the rest that he said, you see that even the people responding are not calling him a liar.
Yeah.
They are just stating their sides of the story, but nobody has called him out that he was lying. I mean, his bit about Blackson.
Yeah.
Michael Blackson says he's the king of African comedy, but there are comedians in Africa, a lot of us. So how? I mean, I need a favor from Blackson, so I can't talk about Blackson all that. But Casvillians, man, he really spilled the tea. He really spilled the whole of the entertainment industry is river. I like that.
Wow.
I like that. I wish they would all come out and talk like this. It's refreshing.
Wow. But should we expect anything like that from Obi Amponsah? Because I know that when you decide to go off, nobody can.
Let's continue the work. When the time will come.
Chaobi, tickets. How do we get the tickets, bro?
Yeah, bro. So tickets are available for short code purchasing.
Yeah.
So when you dial star 711 star 11 star 33 hash.
Again.
Star 711 star.
Star 711 star
11 star
11 star
33 hash.
33 hash.
Yeah.
That is star 711 star 11 star 33 hash.
Yes. Now this is it's a short code, but it looks so long.
Yeah, it's very, very true. It looks so long. So Jamestown happening tomorrow. Time tomorrow. To start. What's the time?
The gates will open at 6:15, right? The show starts at 7.
6:15. Show starts at 7. Obi, and our tickets, how do I get mine?
I'll talk to Cook while get that.
Yeah, so I should punch star 711 star
11 star 33
hash. Yeah. Obi, it's always amazing talking to you. I just like the vibe, man. Always. I wish I could have you in the studio, man.
I'll actually try and come to the studios one day. Let's talk.
Great, man. Great, Charlie. You are the legend in our current comedy. Because the boss no. Chaobi, thank you very much, man. Having an amazing, great show.
All right, thank you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, bro.